Thank you, Madam Chairman, and thank you to the witnesses uh, for appearing today. Um, we've talked a little bit about the deployment or lack of deployment of the National Guard. And one of the questions, I guess, Mr. Sund, or frankly, or Chief Conte, the fact that the district did not have the ability to bring the Guard to the table because of, frankly, the fact that they're not a state and Mayor Bowser is not treated, I think, in a totally fair fashion in this. This may be outside your lane, but her inability to bring the Guard to the table, and actually any of you on the panel can answer this, that to me is a reflection of the disempowerment of the district. On a going forward basis, at least in terms of being able to deploy the Guard, shouldn't the mayor of the District of Columbia have the ability to do that without all the additional hurdles they have to go through in terms of federal checklist?
Yes, I absolutely agree with that.
Does anybody else want to answer on that question as well?
Yes, sir. I'm happy to add in. I think we have an established process for the Capitol Police to make the request through the Capitol Police Board that is also equally as effective.
Well, again, I feel like the long-term discrimination against the district, we've seen it in some of the COVID legislation where they did not receive the same kind of level of support that other states did. We saw it play out real time in terms of on January 6th, the hurdles from the previous administration. I actually have concerns whether the deployment of the Guard was affirmatively slowed down. I hope that we in the Congress will, as a supporter of DC statehood, I'd like to see that move forward, but even short of that, trying to ensure that the mayor has appropriate powers going forward. I know there were some questions already raised about the FBI and whether the intel that came out of the Norfolk FBI office was ever fully relayed to all of you individuals. But can you talk more generally about the FBI's responsiveness, sharing of intelligence? I had a number of conversations. I called Director Wray on Monday, the 4th, trying to express concerns that there might be this kind of activity. I never expected this level of violence. I had a number of conversations with senior FBI leadership on the 5th through the 6th. I candidly I don't think even the full FBI could have been fully informed of all of what was going to come to pass, but I felt like the FBI felt that they were in better shape in terms of intel and preparation than what came to be the case. And I'd like each of you to comment on how well you felt that the FBI did in terms of sharing intelligence and then coordinating when the actual activities of the 6th played out.
So I'll go ahead and did you want me to address that first?
Yeah, I mean, I can't see where y'all are, so every one of you can take a crack at that.
I'll go ahead and start first. I think the relationship we have with the FBI is outstanding. I think in my time with the Metropolitan and my time here, we've seen nothing but the relationship get better. The construct that we have that's very similar to some of the other major cities is having the Joint Terrorism Task Force, being involved with that. The information we're getting in is good. I think the process and having, like I said earlier, the wider lens of what information is being collected, maybe looking at the agencies that are consumers of their information and what their intelligence collection requirements are is something that we need to look at. But I think, getting that information in and then having it processed and pushed forward in an effective manner is something we need to look at. I would say on the 6th, when this started happening, immediately the FBI, as being a partner of ours, established a process where with Capitol Police and FBI Police, we can begin to analyze video footage, analyze other evidence to begin going out and making arrests of the individuals that had created the insurrection of the Capitol.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Did we get enough intel beforehand? If we get the balance of the panel to respond.
Yeah, sure. I would echo what Chief Sund just mentioned. We've had a great working relationship with the FBI. I think it's a whole of intelligence approach, not specifically just the FBI. When we have something as significant as what occurred here at the U.S. Capitol, if there is information, specific information out there that our government is responding to, I would think that something of that nature would rise to the level more than just an email that's sent to law enforcement agencies. That should be a larger, more involved conversation about specifics, not just some of the unvetted raw information that's out there. We see a lot of that, but I think it's more of a whole intelligence approach, not specifically the FBI. They are great partners to the Metropolitan Police Department.
Thank you. Let me just, I don't know if any of the other panel members want to add any comment on that. Let me just say that this is, my concern is that in Virginia, we've seen these kind of anti-government extremists take to the streets of Charlottesville in 2017, resulting in the death of Heather Heyer. We see the same kind of groups come to the forefront on January 6th. I think this is an ongoing threat to national security. I fear at times that while the FBI and others have pointed this out, that it didn't get the level of serious review that it should have. With the prior administration, I felt at times that they did not want to take the information that was coming out of the FBI. I hope on a going forward basis, we're going to be able to be more coordinated in terms of taking on anti-government extremism, whether it comes from the left or the right. This is a real ongoing threat. I can tell you from our intelligence committee that we've seen that many of these groups have connections and ties to anti-government extremist groups in Europe, where they've taken a great precedent. I know my time's expired, Madam Chairman, but this is something we need more work on. Thank you for holding this hearing.
Thank you very much, Senator Warner. We look to working with you and the Intelligence Committee on this.